We always hear about strategy having to change on a dime, but what does that really look like when the stakes are life and death? Well, we're about to find out. We are going to deconstruct one critical chapter from the military thriller Omens, Foretold to see exactly what a strategic pivot looks like under fire.
And this quote right here, this is what kicks the whole thing off. Just imagine for a second, you're deep in a mission, you're relying on all your tech, and you find something that, according to every single piece of data you have, simply shouldn't be there. It's a ghost in the machine, and believe me, it is the catalyst for everything that's about to happen.
All right, let's set the scene. We're jumping in with our protagonist, a guy named Benedictus, right after he's taken out his first objective. So the first engagement is over, but the mission, it is far from done.
So 77 minutes in, let's do a quick rundown just like he is. 3 enemies are down, and 2 of their communication exchanges are totally disabled. But there are still 3 more to go. And this is crucial, a sniper has been spotted. So the situation is tense, it's under control for now, but it is still incredibly dangerous. This is our starting point. And here, this is where the entire mission starts to shift on its axis. And it's not because of some big enemy attack, but because of a discovery that no one saw coming. Let's watch this unfold. So, while he's taking a quick break, Benedictus spots a rail line. He gets his advanced recon AI, a unit named Daemont, to run a deep search on it. Who owns it, what are the schedules, where does it lead? And the answer that comes back is nothing. Absolutely zero data. The line is a complete digital ghost, which, in this day and age, is basically a technological impossibility.
This really shows you the huge mental jump Benedictus has to make in an instant. His whole plan was built on knowns, on a world that was mapped out. He assumed it was just a normal rail line. The reality? It's a completely undocumented, totally secret route. The mission he spent all that time planning is now officially out the window.
So what do you do with a discovery like that? For a guy like Benedictus, there is only one logical conclusion. An unlisted, untraceable railway line this deep in enemy territory? It has to be a private route, and a private route would lead directly to their central command, their headquarters. The mission just got a potential shortcut straight into the heart of the enemy.
But just as he's processing this massive new piece of intel, another variable drops right onto the battlefield. The mission isn't just taking an unforeseen turn. It is about to get way more complicated and a whole lot more interesting.
Daemont, the recon AI, reports in. It's picking up radio chatter, lots of it. And that means they are not alone out here. There's another group operating in the area, and they are busy. The big question is, are they friend or foe?
Just look at the timing here. This unknown group took out 2 enemy exchanges just 10 minutes after Benedictus finished his first objective. And right now, as we speak, they are actively diverting enemy vehicles with a decoy. Their actions aren't random at all. They're perfectly timed to help him. They have to be allies.
To get a better handle on these new players, Daemont breaks down their communications. You can see in the table, it's this complex mix of AM and FM, ground and air communications across multiple bands. Yeah, this is not some ragtag militia. These are professionals.
And here's how you really know they're serious. They're using military-grade protocols with ComSec, that's communication security, embedded. It means their signals are encrypted, they're secure, they're basically invisible to the enemy. Benedictus has just stumbled upon a sophisticated, well-equipped rebel force.
Benedictus knows his mission, as it stands, is impossible to pull off alone. He just doesn't have the manpower. And this unknown group is his only shot. So he decides to make a huge gamble and reach out.
Now listen to the message he sends. It's brilliant. He doesn't ask for help. He doesn't beg. Instead, he gives them critical intel, a warning about approaching enemies, and then he follows it up with a direct command to meet him. It's an immediate power play, a test to see if they'll follow his lead.
So, he sends the message, he sends the coordinates, and then the waiting game begins. But it's a tactical wait, right? He moves to high ground, he takes cover, and he gets ready for whatever comes next. The tension here is just immense.
Let's break down what's going through his head. He's making a huge assumption that they're friendlies, but he knows this could absolutely be a fatal trap. So why take the risk? It comes down to one word: necessity. To hit the 3 remaining targets at the same time, he needs more people. This alliance isn't just a nice-to-have, it's the only path to victory.
And then, a sound. The muffled roar of motorbikes. A dust cloud kicks up in the distance. And as they get closer,
A count emerges, 24 of them. This isn't just a patrol. This is a serious force. The gamble is about to pay off or blow up in his face.
So, how do we make sense of this whole cascade of events? Well, the source material actually gives us this poetic framework to deconstruct this strategic pivot, connecting all these tactical decisions to a much larger theme.
This first line from the poem just says it all. The discovery of the radio signals, the tuned frequencies, literally changed the physical path of the mission. Benedictus completely abandoned his original plan, all because of that new information. That's the first key to a pivot. You have to be ready to react to new data. And this is the direct result. That change in path led to a gained alliance. And this fundamentally alters the force at his disposal. It transforms a solo infiltration mission into a potential coordinated assault. He's no longer just one guy. He's the commander of a small army. The pivot just multiplied his strength.
What's really fascinating, though, is how Benedictus feels about all this. He doesn't see this pivot as a change in the mission, but as the true course finally revealing itself. It's this sense that all these unforeseen events were actually reinforcing his ultimate goal, almost like it was guided by destiny.
And this is the end result of that pivot, a newfound confidence, a much stronger force now poised and ready to strike. The mission went from being nearly impossible to imminently achievable. They will be at the enemy's gate very, very soon.
The entire chapter, the whole narrative, and the poem it's all based on, they all end with a single provocative word. It's the final question that Benedictus poses as he steps out to face his potential new allies. It just hangs there in the air, full of tension and possibility, leaving us right on the edge of what comes next. Ready?